Hey everybody, it's Severe Storm Thrower back with another weather forecast, and yes, we have the continued active weather pattern to talk about, so let's get right into it. We're first going to be taking a look at our upper level air masses across the United States. So let's jump right into it. As we head through the daytime hours tomorrow, we're likely going to be seeing this upper level low pressure system digging into the southwestern United States, and with tandem with this cooler air aloft and this warmer air aloft east of it, this will likely create a battle zone, perhaps for a threat of severe weather for the southern plains, mainly regional wide in northwest Texas, but we could also see it into portions of maybe the Oklahoma Panhandle. So something to keep an eye on for tomorrow, but it gets worse as we head in towards Friday and ultimately through the day on Saturday, when this trough begins to move into the central plains and really starts to push in to that air mass. I think we could see a severe weather outbreak full on across this circle region, and I'm not kidding when I say that. We could seriously see a big event for severe weather unfolding in this area. Won't likely be a tornado outbreak as of right now, but we could definitely see a squall line capable of producing some damaging wind gusts. So definitely something to keep an eye on for Saturday. Not only that, but through the day on Sunday, this trough is going to begin to weaken, but it is still messing with the warm air. So that clash of air masses is going to allow for another day maybe of severe weather across the Great Lakes region. Hopefully it'll be done by Monday, and then as we head in towards Tuesday into Wednesday, just in time, our next storm system begins to dig in. And this one is really digging in, folks. We're talking about a bucket load of cold air. Not just cool air, but cold air. Alright, you can see this blue line here. I'm trying to trace it out as best as I can. That's the 32 degrees or less line. So you could be talking temperatures only in the 20s on Wednesday across portions of the Dakotas and Minnesota. Not only that, but we could also see the battle zone of air masses. And this one, since it's pulling up a serious amount of moisture for this time of year, especially for this region, we could be talking about another full-on outbreak of severe weather. All right, and this one looks to be still damaging wind gusts, but we could see tornadoes out of this one. So we're going to need to watch this next week's system very closely because this one looks really interesting. And then as we bring that into Thursday, November 14th, clashing of air masses is still going to be continuing across the eastern United States. But more importantly, look at this big cold dumping of air. All right, look at this. If you are in this blue area, be ready for a serious blast of cold air. All right, that's all I have to say. And with our above average lake temperatures in Lake Michigan and Lake Erie, sorry, that was a horrible circling of both of those lakes, we will likely see the threat for lake effect snow with that northwesterly southeasterly flow. We'll likely see a gusty wind off of all of our lakes by Thursday, and we'll likely begin to start seeing snowflakes flying around before we know it around these lakeshore areas. So if you live anywhere in this circle region, you might want to be prepared for your first flakes of the season because it's coming whether you like it or not. And that'll continue as we head through Friday and into Saturday when that northwesterly flow will become really enhanced. So we could be talking about our first snow for the Appalachian Mountains and maybe some areas of Pennsylvania. Alright, so definitely something to keep an eye on there. Freezing line is all the way up here, but definitely could get some isolated slick spots if you live anywhere in Pennsylvania or the Appalachian Mountains as we head in towards that time frame next week and the next weekend. And now taking a look at our precipitation trends across the United States here, you can see here we got a lot of snow falling for areas of our higher elevations, not only that, but our lower elevations of Colorado and New Mexico. We also have some rain and maybe some rumbles of thunder lingering over here across portions of the Gulf Coast, back up into portions of the Northeast. that is starting to clear out. But as we head through the daytime hours tomorrow, again, that clashing of air masses is likely going to allow for the threat for severe weather for areas of Texas, maybe even up into the Oklahoma Panhandle here. And since there's snow shoving right into this, we could see thunder snow. Yes, you heard me right. We could see thunder snow across New Mexico and Colorado as we head in towards tomorrow afternoon. And some of those snow showers, or those snowy thunder showers, I don't know what to call them, you could see some damaging wind gusts with these. All right, and these will likely be embedded with the severe threat itself. So basically, you're talking about snowy thunderstorms instead of rainy thunderstorms. All right, so be ready if you live in this area, because you'll at least get thunder snow at some point, as that it is really convective snow. And then as we head in towards the daytime hours on Friday, we're likely going to be dealing with a full-on winter storm across Colorado and northern New Mexico. And we have the severe weather threat starting to kick up again across the south. And then as we take this into Saturday, this is when I think we could receive an outbreak of damaging winds across Iowa, anywhere to the Gulf Coast region. And then as we take this into Sunday, I think this could move over here. We could see some severe weather. And then as we head into Monday, nothing really too big to speak of. But as we head into Wednesday, this is when the storm system I was talking about earlier is going to come on. They could be talking about a blizzard up here in Canada, while we will likely have widespread rain and thunderstorms, especially anywhere south of this low pressure system. And we could see some rain and snow mixing in across Minnesota. More importantly, I want to show you the positioning of the low, because I told you before that this is going to be a serious cool down, digging into some very, very warm air in the east. So trough in the west, warm in the east, all right? Or trough in the west, ridge in the east. Again, the classic of air masses you get for severe weather, all right? So you'll at least have widespread thunderstorm activity across this region, and it's going to be a spring, maybe even summer-like setup. So we need to watch this Wednesday, November 13th system closely, because you never know what it could bring across this region, and it looks very concerning as of now. As we take this in towards Thursday, the severe weather and thunderstorm threat will likely shift eastward. Yes, you'll likely be talking about possible blizzard conditions across portions of northern Minnesota and into Canada. So be ready for that if you live in any of those regions. More importantly, though, this is going to have a ton of gusty winds with it. All right, we'll at least be talking about 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts in this entire region, if not 50 to 60 up here in Canada with those really tight isobars. This is why I said we could have a blizzard across portions of southern Canada as we head in towards next week. So definitely something to keep an eye on for the snowy side of things there. But as we head beyond this time frame, this is when the lake effect could start kicking up across our areas of Lake Erie, especially also into Lake Ontario, as we head into Friday, as well as into Saturday here. And look at this, we could even see our first clipper system of the season start to come out of Canada as we head in towards next weekend. But again, very much still some stuff to unravel, so we'll continue to keep you updated as we head closer to that time frame. And like I said, folks, the wind gusts are going to be playing a big role in these upcoming storm systems. So let's take a look at them here. As we head in towards this weekend across the Great Lakes region, we could be talking about gusts anywhere from 15 to 25 to 30 miles an hour across this region. So make sure you're prepared for gusty winds in that area for the day on Sunday. And then when that big storm system comes in, we will likely have widespread 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts over this entire area. Or I'm sorry, widespread 20 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts across this area. And we could see some 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, especially in the higher elevations here. 30s will be possible anywhere in this circle region right here, especially with the initial hit of thunderstorms. So make sure you're ready for that as we head into the day on Wednesday. As we head into the day on Thursday here, I did want to point out this is going to be early in the morning. This will change. This will definitely change as we head in towards this time frame here. This model is showing 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts widespread across the Great Lakes region. And we could be talking about possibly an early morning hit of severe weather. All right, this might not be associated with severe weather, but look at these synoptic gusts, folks. We could be talking again 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts synoptically. So make sure you're ready for that. Gust after gust will be possible across the Great Lakes region. And again, the timing of this showing 6Z on Thursday, November 14th, which is like 1 to 2 a.m. in the morning. That will change, all right, guys? I wouldn't be surprised on the next model if this slowed down a little bit, and this might be a bit more westward at 6Z rather than it is now. Or it might be a little bit of a faster progression. That all depends. So we're going to need to keep a close eye on that. Regardless, though, you're talking about some really strong gusts with that front coming through. Severe storms or not, you're going to be talking about some really gusty winds as that front moves through, whatever time on Thursday and Friday. And then as we head beyond that time frame, this is when our lake effect snow could potentially occur. We're likely going to have, again, strong winds out of the northwest aloft. But look at these gusts in Oklahoma all the way back up to Minnesota. All right, these are the 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts I was pointing out before. And let me rewind this, folks. Like, remember how I told you on Thursday morning, we could see blizzard conditions across this region because we're talking about 40 mile per hour wind gusts, maybe even 50 if you live by the lakes across Canada. And we could be talking about possibly gusty winds all around this. So definitely be ready for that, especially if you live on the western side of this. You could be talking about a blizzard in the upcoming days. But we'll continue to keep you updated as we head in towards that time frame. All right, so now that we're done taking a look at our precipitation, jet stream, as well as our wind gusts, surface-based, now we're going to be taking a look at our temperature differentiations here. And you can see we obviously have a boundary that is setting up this afternoon across the Great Lakes region all the way back down to portions of the Southwest. Anywhere where I draw this line, anywhere where you're south of that, you're likely going to be mild, and anywhere north of the line, well, you're going to be chilly. So definitely be prepared for that. As we head through the daytime hours tomorrow, notice that this line that I'm drawing is a lot further south, meaning that anywhere north of this will likely be chilly for the afternoon and the morning, especially through the daytime hours tomorrow. And then as we head into Friday the 8th, this line gets more southerly as we head in towards this time frame. We might be a little bit warmer in the Great Lakes and Northeast, but over here in the West, you're talking about the chilly air starting to pour in. And ultimately, as we head in towards the weekend, this line really starts to sink south as we head in towards that time frame, with at least or 50s or less north of this line, with the cold air definitely surging in there. And then as we head into Sunday, we're starting to see this line start to move northward again. And then as we head in towards Monday, we're going to be seeing it sinking south again. That's because of that little itty-bitty cold front that's going to be bringing some showers and thunderstorms across this area, and maybe some severe weather mixed in as well. But as we head into the day on Tuesday, November 12th, we'll likely have two little boundaries here. We'll likely have a warm front here, and we'll likely have a cold front here. This is the beginning of that big storm system I was talking to you about. And then watch what happens as we head into Wednesday, folks, all right? Look how far north this line is, all right? I mean, you could be talking about at least 60s anywhere south of that line. And yes, that goes up into Michigan and Wisconsin. All right, crazy stuff. And I said before that this air mass is going to be dumping a boatload of cold air, buckets of cold air at that. And temperatures up here might not get out of the 30s or even the 20s for the day on Wednesday. Ditto that for the day on Thursday. This line really starts to drop south, meaning that I'm seeing a weather pattern change here that could potentially be showing that temperatures not get out of the 30s or even the 20s again in the northern United States, and temperatures might not even get out of the 40s in the Great Lakes for the day on Thursday. Ditto that for the day on Friday. Temperatures might not get out of the 40s anywhere in this circle region. All right, very crazy stuff. We could be talking about temperatures stuck in the 40s all the way down to the Gulf Coast. All right, that's just crazy how far south I'm drawing this line for the day on Friday the 15th. And then as we head into Saturday the 16th, look at these morning temperatures. All right, this is how far out this goes. But you could see temperatures in this entire region might not get out of the 20s or 30s in the morning. All right, and especially in these pinkish areas, you can see here across portions of this region. I didn't include Canada because we're not talking about Canada right now. But you can see in this pink circle regions, ditto that in Kentucky and Tennessee, we could be talking about 20s for low temperatures. So the cold air winter time is coming, folks. Make sure you enjoy these last few mild days before the cold starts to take over as we head in towards next week. I'm sorry, guys, that we did not get time to look at the short term or the severe weather threats, but we do have severe weather across portions of Texas for the day tomorrow, across portions of the Central Plains for Friday, and then as we head into the Midwest on Saturday, and then the Great Lakes for the day on Sunday. Sorry again, I didn't get to show you guys the short term, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there.